Hi, my name is Hiraj, Product Specialist at Yamaha. I am here at Pitbull Audio in San Diego, presenting the STAGEPAS portable PA system. This video is a casual overview of the main features of the STAGEPAS. For pricing and availability, please contact a sales associate here at Pitbull Audio in San Diego. The STAGEPAS is the ultimate all-in-one PA system. Let's get into it. This is what's in the box of the STAGEPAS 600 BT. By the way, BT stands for Bluetooth. So let's get that out of the way from the beginning, and I'm going to get back to it later on to show you how easy it is to pair with your smartphone. So these are the speakers that are in the box. So let's talk about them. Very lightweight. You can easily carry them. Mountable at the bottom, and there is a locking mechanism. They can lock it once it's on the pole. Cool. So at the back of this, the first speaker, it shows a great diagram of a setup of a typical band. So you can just follow the pictures to plug the instrumentation into the mixer, which I'll show in just 1 second. But what's behind this cubby area are a really nice, generous area to keep your cables or microphones or additional things that you might have. So let me set this speaker back to its front. That's how easy it is to close. Small latch opens. Very simple. So these are the cables that come in the box. First, the power cord and the 2 speaker cables that will connect the mixer to the speakers. Speaking of the mixer, where is the mixer? Let's turn the other speaker around. And that's basically the amplifier and the mixer all in one. Now, you can keep it into the speaker. There's no issue. Even if outdoor, there's absolutely no issue leaving the actual mixer into, tucked into the speaker. But you can easily remove it by releasing this tab right here, and the mixer detaches. While I have this speaker kind of pointing to the back, this is where the jack you connect it from the mixer to the speaker. But I'll get to that more specific details later. Let me turn on the speaker the other way. Cool. So let's talk about the mixer now. This is the BT. This is the Bluetooth. This is how you pair a smartphone device to it, and it's got a very extended range as far as the range that you're able to play back from smartphone. Power, that's where you plug the power in. This is where you plug the 2 cables to go to the speaker. So that's simple. Now just plug your instruments into the mixer. So let me point out a few important features about the mixer. Let's start. Each channel. So you've got microphone, the first 2 channels, or a line by switching this button. You've got a 3-band EQ, and you've got an effects send, and you have the level. The second channel is identical. The third channel, it's a combi jack. You can either plug a 1/4 inch or an XLR male into it. Same thing, you have mic or line. Follows the same path, effects, EQ, and level. The 4th channel is actually a very special channel because in addition of having a microphone and a line in, and the switch to switch between mic and line, same EQ effects, this channel also features a high Z impedance. So you can take a bass or a guitar and plug it directly into here and it would sound awesome because of the high Z impedance. Next are stereo pairs of channels, including the RCA. And there's an 1/8 of an inch that you can connect any output from any device that the output of that is an 1/8 of an inch, and all you need is just a cable for that. As I mentioned, these are your outputs for the speakers. There's a foot switch they can assign to it, like an FC5, where if you press that foot switch, will turn on and off the effect processor. That's great when you're making an announcement. So if you, in the middle of the gig, you need to make an announcement, it doesn't make sense to have the effect turned on because nobody will really, the speech pattern will not be coherent to the audience. By turning off the effect, it makes it much more clear for people to understand you. And if the mixer is tucked away or in the back of the speaker, you don't want to kind of run to it just to turn off the effect. With a foot switch, you can turn that on and off. Additional, there are 2 monitor outputs. Those, of course, you have to use powered speakers for them to be powered. In other words, power doesn't come out of the monitor out. They're passive, so if you have a DXR or a DBR speakers, those are powered Yamaha speakers. You can use those as a floor monitor, which will carry the same mix as the house. Last but not least, this is a really cool feature that I like myself to amplify the power of the system. Don't be fooled by the size of it, but in occasions where this needs to be even more powerful to cover a larger area, by using an external powered subwoofer like the DXS 12 or the 15 or the new one, the 18, it takes the load of the top speakers from the low ends and sends it to the subwoofer automatically. So there's an automatic high pass filter. The moment you plug a jack into the subwoofer connector here, it sends a high pass filter to the top speakers, so only the mids and the highs will come out of this, which makes these speakers very efficient and much louder. And anything below that crossover point, it gets sent to the sub, and then you have the manual control on the sub for the volume of that. So that system is massive by adding just a subwoofer to the system. And that's a cool thing, just to add a subwoofer. And it doesn't make sense just to add a subwoofer and having these driven at a full range to get more power out of these speakers, relieving them from the low frequencies, sending them to the subwoofer. These speakers will actually be a much louder system. And you can definitely tell that from the meter of how much level you have left to output the master output. So let's talk about the master section. This is your master level out. This is your effect processor, and you have a reverb on and off right here. With this effect processor, what we call it is a continuous reverb type, and it goes all the way from a whole reverb to an echo effect. And all what it is, it's just one knob that you turn, and they're divided into smaller segments. In other words, from about 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock, it's whole. From 9 o'clock to about 12 o'clock, it's a plate. From 12 o'clock to about 3 o'clock is a room. And from 3 o'clock to about 5 o'clock is an echo. And when you move the knob in between them, that's how much more reverb time you get, or echo-ish effect that you'll get when you're in the echo. So it's a very straightforward, anybody can turn this knob and decide how much of that effect that they like. So that's the effect. Monitor out is a separate out volume that goes out of these monitor outputs when you connect it to powered speakers. It will be the same mix as the main output, but at least you have individual control over the volume from the front panel of the mixer. Last, this button, very important, feedback suppressor. This is actually pretty awesome. In a small coffee shops or small venues where this system will shine, or maybe you don't have the luxury of having floor monitors, or you don't want to carry that extra speaker or weight with you, you simply can use the main, those two speakers, as your side fills and to cover the area that you're performing in. But as you know, if I have a microphone in front of me and I'm performing and the speakers are kind of behind me, feedback is a problem. That's what this button does magic. If you're performing and you're realizing you might get that whistling sound or the beginning of a feedback point, pressing this button in will ensure you that you don't get feedback. Very, very helpful, especially if I'm in front of the speakers. I'm giving a speech or talking or performing with the band and having the speakers kind of behind us as monitors and main house speakers. So this feature is very, very powerful to use in live performance. This entire mixer could be actually mounted. There are two threaded slots right here, threaded holes that you can actually mount it on like a microphone stand with an optional bracket. That's what the mixer is, straightforward. Available bags are available for these as options, so you can actually carry them easily covered, because remember, you can tuck the mixer and the cables and the microphones into the actual speakers themselves. Last but not least, let me show you how easy it is to pair the Bluetooth connection on the STAGEPAS 600 BT. All right, so let's set up the Bluetooth. Let's pair my smartphone to the Bluetooth on the STAGEPAS 600 BT. It's very simple. Just bring my phone close by. There's a button on the front panel labeled with the Bluetooth logo, and I will do simply press and hold the button till it begins flashing. And then in my devices, I can see STAGEPAS 600 BT, select it, Hit paired, and you can see now the light, the LED is solid. That means I am paired. So now I can actually roam around the room and stream whatever I have, whether I'm playing back from YouTube or I have some content on my phone that will be streamed Bluetooth directly to the mixer itself. You don't have to worry about people hacking into the Bluetooth because you really have to be close to the to this unit right here to pair, but the transmission could be far distances. So in order for somebody to come up to this, they literally have to be this close to this pairing process, but afterwards you could be roaming around rather far distances and the system will work. So this is a quick overview, a casual overview over of the STAGEPAS 600 BT. Please call your favorite associates here at Pitbull Audio in San Diego, and thank you for watching.